Hello, my name's Andrea and today I'm going to be talking about a disease-modifying drug called beta interferon and Avonex. So when I first got diagnosed with MS, they recommended that I go on a beta interferon. So I went to the hospital and discussed what this medication basically was. And the aim of this medication is to kind of cut your relapses that you have a year in half or less. So I thought to myself, brilliant. So I decided to go on the medication. I had a nurse come round to our home to show us and explain to us how to inject myself and like the possible side effects and all of that. So she came round and she demonstrated. We practice on bananas and soft peaches, any kind of soft fruit or vegetables we use to inject it, to kind of get familiar with it. She explained where I would have to inject, which were my injection sites, which would be the top of your arm, the sides of your stomach and the tops of your thighs. So again, she gave me a really good tip because I'm really petrified of injections and I don't like them. I personally find they really hurt. So what she explained to me is that if you took the injection out of the fridge about half an hour before you're going to inject yourself, to allow it to get to a room temperature, when you inject yourself, it actually doesn't hurt. Because what hurts, it's not the needle that goes inside, it's the actual fluid of the medication. Because it's so cold, it's come out the fridge, it stings when it goes inside. So that was a really, really good tip. So I couldn't inject myself, so family and friends started injecting me every other day. That was the medication, you had to do it every other day. So done that. Didn't like this medication as I got really bad side effects. I got really bad flu-like symptoms and felt really groggy all the time. Couldn't get out of bed, and because it was every other day, it kind of felt like my whole life was, I felt constantly ill, and it just didn't agree with me at all. So I spoke to my MS nurse and she prescribed me a diclofenac, and I'm pretty sure it was called that because it was many, many years ago and I've taken so many pills and medications, but yeah, I'm sure it was diclofenac. So after I had my injection, I would take a diclofenac and that would kind of get rid of most of the flu-like symptoms, side effects and symptoms. And and when I didn't have diclofenac, my MS nurse told me to take a combination of ibuprofen and paracetamol. But before you take anything, please do seek medical advice. So I was taking this medication for about 2.5, 3 years. Within those 2.5, 3 years, I only relapsed once. So the medication was really working for me. But I just didn't like how it made me feel. I constantly felt ill. And with MS, you feel, myself personally, I feel really heavy all the time and lethargic anyway. So having flu-like symptoms just magnified everything really, really bad. So I went back to the hospital to talk about beta interferon, because what ended up happening after 2.5, 3 years is on my injection sites on my stomach and my thighs, I ended up having like holes in me, like indentations, and that was because of the medication. It was paralyzing my fat cells. So I spoke to the neurologist and they switched me on to Avonex, which is still under the same family as beta interferon. So I went on Avonex and it was absolutely amazing because it was only once a week and it was injections through your bum cheek and directly through the muscle. So I still had the side effects and the symptoms, but it was just much more easier to deal with because it was just once a week. So I didn't have all the panic attacks and anxiety, every day, because I was so worried about injections every other day. So this kind of molded in with my life much better. But still, I still had the side effects and the symptoms. So yeah, I still felt completely groggy on this medication as well. But with the diclofenac and the combination of ibuprofen and paracetamol did make it feel much better, but I still didn't feel myself. So I hope this has helped. It's just a quick explanation about how it helped me and how it made me feel. Bear in mind, everyone with multiple sclerosis is different. There's never two people the same. And the medication worked for me, but it may not work for everyone else. And I got all the side effects and symptoms, but other people may not. So I hope this has helped. If there's any questions or anything you want to talk to or worried about, please message me, or, you know, send me a little ding or something, and I will be so happy to talk to you. And in my next video, I'm going to be talking about Tysabri. And so I really hope this has helped. Thank you so much for listening to me, and Om Shanti. Have a lovely day.